But I don't know if I'm asking for too much when I'm about to ask you next.
No. What's
No?
up?
Are you sure, bro? Because I know you're a big WWE fan.
Yeah.
And you did mention Macho Man Randy Savage is one of your greats.
Macho Man, baby.
I want to hear Macho Man Randy Savage.
I'm the worst at Macho Man. I don't know why.
I'm the Macho Man. Macho Man. I tell you, boy, me and my missus gon' cheese.
What's up, everybody? You guys, welcome to this episode of Hotboxin with Mike Tyson. I'm your co-host, a.k.a. Triple C Henry Cejudo.
And I'm Mike Tyson. And we got a special guest here, Mr. David Arquette. What's up, brother?
What's up, man?
How you doing, man? What you been up to?
Come on, guys. Can we get a round of applause?
Oh, we got the motherfucking live audience
here. What's up?
Yeah, location, baby. El Segundo.
Yeah.
Airport action. So come on, Dave, what you been up to, man?
Oh, man. I've been up to a lot. I just did a bunch of wrestling for the last couple years.
All
and
the
I did a
time.
wrestling
Wrestling?
documentary. Yeah.
About
Called
what?
You Cannot Kill David Arquette. Yeah.
Okay, do we have some footage of that?
They probably can. You can find it.
Can you
It's
put,
out there.
can you put
they
that
got
on?
it. They got it.
Let's check this shit out, nigga. Oh, shit. That's not Art Anderson, right?
No, not Arn Anderson, though. Mr. Anderson.
Oh, he don't give a shit about you, Dave.
Oh, something happened. Yeah, so I upset the wrestling community for 20 years because I won the championship.
Turn this up, guys, please.
That's right. So this was back in, was this a WCW?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, shit. Oh, that sound like that hurt. You actually did the stunts?
Yeah, man. I wrestled on the streets of Tijuana.
You look good.
Thanks, man. You too, champ.
See, yeah, you look good.
Thanks, man.
Anxiety is crippling.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's hardcore, man.
Did Mickey Rourke inspire any of this shit?
A little bit, yeah.
I
love
see
that,
it right
man.
here. I see it.
That's me singing.
The wrestling, man. So you really had to go through wrestling classes and all the above, right?
Oh, yeah.
How was that process?
Pretty Peter Avalon was an amazing wrestler and coach. He coached me. It was a really incredible experience, man.
I was a
toured
wrestler.
with RJ City right there.
Fuck.
That was King Anthony.
David Arquette.
Shit.
Yeah, man.
They're really trying to kill you, too.
Yeah, that guy kind of. I don't know if he was trying to, but I did. I got cut in the neck with a light tube and nearly died.
Is this shit out now?
Yeah, it's on Hulu. Anywhere you could get it at Amazon.
Damn, tell us about that. What happened? So you got hit with the light pole in your neck, and how deep was
Are
that?
you in
gash?
pain right now?
It hit my neck muscle.
How you feel this moment right now?
No, I feel pretty good, man. I feel pretty good. It kind of all the wrestling. I don't know. It gives you certain injuries that you just kind of feel all the time, like
David,
whiplash.
what the fuck? Why were you doing that for? What the fuck, man?
I know. Well, you too, man. You too.
Fuck, David,
You know,
man.
both those champs had to return and show the people we still got it.
Nigga, you get hit with 2x4s,
I
man.
know. So that was a death match. I didn't really know what I was getting into, but yeah. So
This is crazy.
it's an interesting journey though. David Darg and Price James were the directors. They did a great job. My wife Christina produced it with XTR.
You ever watch that Extreme Championship Wrestling when it's like real, they're banging nails in your head?
Yeah, that's the same stuff. That's
One
GCW.
guy, I think, what was the black guy that he went to jail? He done killed somebody in the CW.
Yeah, he just passed. Yeah.
Yeah, he passed away
Yeah,
too, right?
New
What was
Jack,
his,
yeah.
New Jack was a crazy motherfucker.
Yeah, he
Come
was
on.
great.
Hey, let's look at New Jack. Put
New Jack's in my
there.
movie. He holds a knife
yeah,
up to my
this
neck.
motherfucker.
As a
He's dead
nice
now.
little,
He had too much
precursor.
testosterone, right? Or something. How the fuck he died?
He was a great guy, man.
Oh, he was awesome. He was a crazy man. He was a, look at this
There
motherfucker.
he is.
Look at this shit, man. Look at this shit, man.
shit.
He's got to watch this
He was
shit.
the real deal, man.
Didn't he kill this guy or his father or something? They sued him. I remember they sued him.
What do you mean, Mike? They
This
killed
is real
somebody in the
stuff.
ring?
Yeah, this is real stuff. This is no fake at all. This is real. Sandman, you know who him?
Yeah, Sandman. He saved me at House of Hardcore in Philadelphia during my wrestling run. He came in, which was pretty awesome. And then
Look at that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh shit, those
Look
are
at
some
this.
scars, man.
What kind of drug? He's a meth, man. He was a meth. Come on, he had to be in something. Look at this. This is how the guy died.
No
right?
way, dude.
No, this is real. This is not fake, yo.
No, man.
Henry.
Don't tell me to jump
Henry,
off of
look
this
at
shit.
this guy, Henry. He's hit Henry. Watch this, Henry.
Fuck, no way.
And he gonna
dude.
throw the motherfucker off, Henry.
No, that's like 60 feet, dude.
Ah! See, this is the kind of shit I'm telling you, man.
Damn.
Man, look, man.
That's crazy shit.
What kind of motherfucker is this?
Damn, that's
I'm so happy you knew who I was talking about, because you just have to see this guy. Damn, he probably
It's an
said that
intense
about me.
world.
Look.
Oh.
Oh, this is
I'm not even
crazy.
lying, bro.
rope
That's gotta
saved his life.
be 50, 60 feet.
And I think his father got mad to kick his father. Something happened. I don't know, but I know this shit was crazy.
Yeah, they had a previous fight before that. And something happened. That was a very severe receipt.
Tell me about it.
Now with the wrestling, was that
Thanks,
something? Was that
guys.
something that you pictured? That's kind of like a sequence what happened back in 2000 in the WCW.
So yeah,
You're passionate for wrestling for.
so they hated me for 20 years. So I just wanted to sort of prove to the wrestling fans and just sort of do a love letter to wrestling. So it was just a journey. I did it for a while. Ken Anderson was the guy you mentioned.
But I imagine you probably had your heroes on. Who'd you have your heroes growing up in the? Who
Oh
were-
yeah. Well, through the process of the film, I realized that I loved Macho Man, but I really loved Miss Elizabeth. Miss Elizabeth was like,
I like,
and then we realized my wife looks just
Listen.
like her.
when I was young, I like Mil Mascaras.
Yeah.
Oh, he
man.
must-
Mil
Mascaras.
Mascaras. I like Bruno Sammartino. He was my
Yeah.
champion. Moondog Maine. Pedro Morales. I remember all the Killer Kowalski, Don Leo, Jonathan. That was my thing,
Jimmy
man.
Fly.
You
Remember
don't
Jimmy
follow
Fly?
any wrestling anymore?
Not as much, but no, that's not true. I do, but it's just not like before when I was
know.
dying for it. If it was on, I wasn't going anywhere.
Damn.
I was just freaked out.
So Mike, did you find boxing? Did you start watching boxing first or wrestling?
Wrestling.
Wrestling.
That's why I love all that bullshit. They be talking shit and tagging
yeah,
out. I
that's
love
the
doing that. Ah!
Oh, that's the best.
It used to be these guys, Johnny and Jimmy Valiant. One was Luscious Jimmy and Handsome Johnny. Hey, look at me, baby, I'm beautiful, baby. Look at me, I'm superstar Billy Graham, baby. You never saw arms like this before. Baby, I'm beautiful, baby. I made it happen, baby. Look at me.
That's the best.
God,
man. Oh,
Man, well,
Those are the
for
days.
you, David, like it's something that I because either way, man, how were you inspired to be an actor? Because I know you come from a family full of actors. Was that something that
That's
you
a
think you had
competitive household, huh?
well, no, it wasn't really so competitive. It's just dramatic. It's like we grew up, all of my siblings were actors. So it was like comedy and tragedy every day, every minute. Roller coasters. Making people laugh was like a win, or making people cry. You know, it was a lot of fight, it was just crazy.
your
But there
mom's
was a lot
like?
of love. What?
What was your mom's like?
Oh, my mom was amazing. She had a really interesting trajectory. She was born in Scranton, Pennsylvania. It was
I know Scranton.
yeah, small
town, tough
One of
stuff.
the young Jewish girl and one of the only families in the area, and it was just sort of hard for her. She got abused as a kid, and she grew up tough, and She met my dad in New York. She was like a cheesecake. She was an actress, but then she did some cheesecake modeling, like nudie pictures. And I had found some when I was 18. And I was looking through this book because I always loved Betty Page, and I found my mom naked in the shower. And then 4 pages later, she's having a cat fight with another girl in lingerie. And I'm like, Mom, I found you in this book. I am a 50s pinup. And I showed her the picture. She said, oh, we weren't really fighting. I was like, I know, Mom, but look, you're in the shower, your titties are out, what's going on? She was like, well, I was a young mother, I had to pay bills, But it was artistic. It was supposed to, they were supposed to be artistic.
Yeah, in your family, was it like huge? Was it like a legacy thing to, sometimes, as with, fighters, typically their sons end up boxing or things like that. Did you feel that sort of pressure being an actor?
A little bit. I really had a great teacher named Ben DiBaldo in high school who really kind of changed the, direction of my life. I was doing graffiti and running around and kind of getting in trouble. And then these girls told me there was a school play, and I got to know this teacher, Ben DiBaldo, and then we did this, it was called Southern California Teachers Association, competition, where everybody did little things, but it was all anonymous. And I'd always had, I knew my family I didn't know if I had any talent or not. But then Ben really sort of inspired me and worked with me, and I had this monologue. And I came in second place out of everyone in the, Southern California, so it proved to me that I had something, and then sort of gave me the confidence. So the next, just soon after that, I had an audition. I got my first job right out of high school.
Yeah. So that was like your first big break.
You know what I know about actors? Don't care how much money they have, they're always looking for a gig.
Yeah, it's the worst, man.
Isn't that something? They gotta be on. Yeah.
It's horrible. Oh, man, it's so rough. There's a lot of rejection in the business. It's just no matter what level you're at.
Do you think even as a boxer, Mike, do you think you felt like when you became a world champion at 19, did you just want to continue to keep making more history, looking for the next fight? Is that why you kind of say that, Mike, or?
I don't know. I got addicted to the applause.
Yeah.
You understand that?
For sure. Yeah, but I equate it a lot to when there's a baby, you're like, oh, look at the baby, look how baby, everyone, look how cute the baby is. The baby gets a little older, and there's a new baby, they get rid of the baby, look at the baby. Then everyone's looking for that original baby, oh, everyone just wants to be loved.
Yes,
hopefully, if that
love.
baby gets loved.
Everybody wants love. That's what it all consists of. This whole universe consists of love.
That's the true currency of life. That's what all this madness that's going on right now.
All this madness is about. It doesn't even appear that way, but that's what it's all about.
I was thinking the other day, so it's all connected. I love fractals and the Fibonacci sequence and the golden mean, those kind of theories. And it's all we're all sort of part of something else. It's all connected. And I was thinking if we're, we all have that light inside us, but, we're not God. We're part of whatever God is, but God's also as good and as evil. So, everything is everything, right? So I was thinking, if we are part of that, then we're like little cells. Yeah. What kind of cells are we gonna be? Are we gonna be little cancer cells?
I think we're fungus.
Or are we gonna be white blood cells that are gonna help whatever the hell's going on here?
I look at us, since my experience in life, I look at us as fungus. The fungus. I always think if all the bees in the world die, the world will probably come to them. If all the dolphins die, the world will die. But if all the people die, the world will flourish. We're fungus. We cause diseases and all that shit.
Yeah.
We just believe that we're smarter than all the other animals, so it's okay.
There's an electronic circuit that those fungus are all talking to each other right now?
Right now.
Yeah.
Shit, man, there's a vibe, man. But that's...
Imagine if everything that you learned, you didn't know. Who would you be? All the information that you got since the day you were born, and if you didn't know that information, who would you be? Would you be just nothing? Would you exist?
I think there's a difference between living and existing. I think we just be existing rather than living, right? I think that's
no,
why.
we don't exist. We have to live because we have to evolve.
Yeah.
That's what this stuff is all about, evolving to the level where we love each other, everybody, and we no longer hurt each other.
Yeah. What's your take on that, David, from what Mike's saying?
That's it, man. That's the whole game. You know,
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, losing friends recently and stuff, and losing my parents, and so I was thinking, and it goes back to the kid thing I was thinking about, because I was one time holding my son, and I was like, oh man, I wish my mother and father could have met him.
Yeah.
And then I had this overwhelming feeling like they were right there. They were looking through my eyes. They were looking back from, it was just
from his eyes.
Yeah, it was all like, we're still here. Like in this weird, like, it was this moment, like, I don't know. So that is all connected.
A lot of the movies, man. I grew up, man, watching Scream.
Thanks,
never
man.
never been kissed, man. How
you.
was it, man? Working with Drew Barrymore, man. Like, how was that whole process, man?
She's an incredible,
That must have been
incredible lady.
awesome,
She's so
right?
great, yeah. And it was amazing. We had been friends. We all kind of grew up in Hollywood. So, you know, she's family, you know what I mean? Like, just love her with all my heart. And then get into play her brother. And then it's just like, wow.
You ever met Marlon Brando?
I worked with Marlon
Yeah.
Brando, yeah. I did, on his final film. That was a really humbling and beautiful experience. He was like a hero of mine,
Bigger
and
than
meeting
life,
him.
right?
I think he's just.
You don't even have to.
I was so
You
sad
don't even have to know what he do, but the name itself is just bigger than life.
when he passed. I was kind of sad that he wasn't honored more. You know what I mean? It wasn't. I don't know why.
You know, he was an arch enemy against the movie Academy.
Yeah, for sure. And he was really, you know, he was talking early on about what's going on now and recognizing our mistakes of the past and not sweeping them under the rug so we can deal with them and face them and like then
Yeah,
understand, you know, everything that's going on now. People are like, it's my heritage. It's like, I don't get it because it's just so far.
We go so back in time that we're all related.
That's what it is, man. That's what I feel.
There's nothing more powerful than time.
It's almost like this, right, Mike? It's like we all, you know, there's faith, there's religion, there's, you know, cultures, but in reality, don't you guys feel like at times it's like we just come from the human race, man? Like we all come from the same branches. Like we're no different than the damn tree on this earth. We're a product of Earth.
Yes, but still, I always wonder, what do the birds call us? What are we to them? What do the rats call us? What do our dogs call us? Do they call us humans? No, they must. I wonder, what do they call us? Always wanted to know that. What do the animals call us? We call them birds or dogs. I wonder, what do they call us? And there's so many billions of animals, right? Insects and stuff, and they all have a different opinion about us. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
The billions and trillions of ants and bugs and birds, they all have a different opinion about us, who we are, different names.
Yeah.
So we're billions of things, if you look at it from that perspective.
Yeah. Interesting. Man.
If you look at an X-ray of a lung, and you look at the silhouette of a tree, it's like an identical. It's identical, and it's like that's what is that? That's some deep shit like that. Stuff like that makes me think
why
like
do
it's all
certain
connected.
trees live so long?
Why
You
do
know?
they?
Yeah, some of them live for over 200 years.
Yeah. Probably even longer, dude. That's
I love the redwoods. Are like my favorite.
Yeah.
Going up to the redwoods, there's something super humbling about that.
It's a different energy. I've never been there, but I've always wanted to go.
It's the hope.
Have you been there before, Mike?
No, but I've been up to the Alps before, and that's very humbling.
The Alps.
Yeah, French Alps.
There's a place called Reggae on the River up in like Humboldt County. Oh, that concert. We used to go when we were like, you know, in high school, 17 or something.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It's a great reggae concert.
Yeah, I saw you bring up the fact that you brought. Do you have a newborn?
No, I have
you
a
have 3 kids, right?
4-year-old, a 7-year-old, and my
4-year-old
daughter's about
pretty
to be
newborn.
17.
4 pretty newborn.
Yeah.
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 That's pretty awesome, 4 years old.
How has that changed your perspective? Obviously, you've done some amazing things in acting. You know, being in Hollywood, getting the chance to see life as a whole, man. Like, I imagine the experience of having a kid,
At
man.
such a young age, though.
Yeah, it brings up a lot of shit, man. So my mom, she had an abusive childhood. So she in turn was abusive to the kids like growing up. And it was kind of, we all had to come to terms with that and figure that out and, you know, heal ourselves. But her great story is that then she went to college and did all this internship and hours and got her degree as a marriage family counselor, and she was on her deathbed with breast cancer. And I said, Mom, it's like you graduated from life. You know, you did it. You stopped the cycle.
Yeah.
So that was a pretty beautiful moment, you know.
Yeah, it's
But so kids, it totally changes your life. But you do have to deal with those things. You know, my dad was a rager, so I find myself, especially during this pandemic, I was raising my voice but then, you know, I had to figure out how not to lose my shit, you know, and because my little one was then getting scared and like, ugh. And then you feel horrible. You want to scare your kid. But sometimes you do want to scare your kid so you don't fall off the second floor of that thing. You know what I mean? But
it's almost like you're a product of your past, but it's almost like you have to make sure, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mike.
Go for it.
That you're a product of your past, but you got to make sure you don't become a prisoner of it.
Yeah, you
know
can't
what I'm
let your
saying?
past dictate your future.
oh, yeah, man, I read this thing about
That's the
Sanskrit.
story of the life. Our past dictates our future. Don't care how smart and sophisticated we are.
Yeah.
It takes deep working on yourself to get over that kind of condition.
I read this thing on Sanskrit and it said, there are no mistakes, there's only lessons.
No mistake.
There's only lessons.
No accidents.
And you'll repeat the lessons until you get to figure it out. And there'll always be lessons.
I believe life is destiny.
And that's sometimes how I feel too, Mike. And obviously, you know, Mike, like you
Well, I'm
know,
not gonna look for trouble. I'm gonna run into trouble, but you know, I'm gonna use my brain by living your life by your instincts. I think it's destiny.
Yeah, it's almost like this too, Mike. Like you obviously you've been to prison, Mike. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's a lot of good people in prison, but they just decided to fuck up that one time. They just made a bad choice,
Listen,
and now they're fucking doing life.
I know some really beautiful people in there that did some really bad things. But you can't tell these people in the free world, this guy that murdered a certain amount of people or cut some people's heads off is a nice guy. Because they're not spending 5 years with this guy every day, every moment of 5 years. So they're not going to understand your reasoning with them.
So would you say sometimes it's the luck of the dice? Like that split second can change everything?
No, it's all about our decisions and about destiny. And about how much we can endure. Endurance is what life is pretty much about.
What do you think, David? What do you think about that? As an actor, man, what you've been through. And
Think about what you had to endure. Oh, this is the man.
Man.
He lost family members,
Yeah.
you know.
That's a lot of it, you know what I mean?
And he can't do it in private, too. The whole world have to see it, too. You know, he can't do it in private. Everywhere he goes, somebody's going to say, hey, I'm sorry to hear this or this. Everybody knows his business.
In a way, I don't prefer it, but I don't like secrets, and I try to learn from my mistakes, and I try to like be honest. You know, there's some things I've done that I'm not happy about. You know what I mean? I used to always go to strip clubs. You know what I mean? I had to deal with that. You know what I mean?
Hey,
That's
man,
like
listen, better people than us, you know what I mean, have visited strip clubs, man. That don't mean nothing bad about you.
no, of course, and I do love strip clubs, but I don't know. Just there's just the more you go on, you figure out. It starts becoming a little clearer. Like, what makes me feel good? You know what I mean? Oh, I'm getting angry. What's that feeling from? Where's it coming from? Why am I? And then if you can get a second where you can not react to it, like that's one of my big things.
Right.
And not beating myself up. This is actually funny. I've been thinking, like, I had a teacher that used to put me up in front of class and make me read, and I couldn't read really well, and I had dyslexia, and I'd go through it, it was horrifying, and she'd always do it. And it made me feel so dumb. So I went through my whole life thinking I was dumb, and then I just beat myself up, and then I realized this. I'm like, oh, But now, since I realized that, I step back, then I can see I am actually pretty dumb about a few things. There are some things. But there's also some beauty in ignorance sometimes. I'm just like being, not dumb, but just
Right, I hear you, man. You gonna share some of them joints, Mike? What's
You
up,
like
Uncle
the
Mike?
the weed over here?
Yeah, do you
Dave
do you
don't
smoke?
once in a while. But
Dave said
I
he's
think
scared.
it'd be too much.
The lighter, Dave got a little
I,
scared.
You was the youngest heavyweight champ of all time, man. That's a living legend to your right, dude. What's up?
I don't know. I once smoked on Be Real's thing, and I don't know.
I'll be real, the hotboxing in the car, right? That was awesome.
That one's
Yeah. He got joints this long, man.
Yeah.
Shit, man. Speaking about smoking, man, you got a new movie here coming out with Snoop
Oh
Dogg,
yeah,
huh?
this is something I'm
Tell
really
us about
excited
what's the name of it.
It's called Domino Battle of the Bones.
Roll it.
Oh man,
Let's roll it. You see,
I'm
Mike?
so excited about this. It's just so fun.
Toxic poop is in our body. I know there's a lot of shit in us.
The greatest game ever invented. My great-great-great-great-grandfather learned it came from the Chinese, and he smuggled it back to America. It's cracking, y'all. The world domino championship. We're talking a grand prize. Okay. Get there quick enough.
Why are you going Cabo and I'm going Compton? You don't need a kiss, baby. Where's Compton? Dad.
I want the whole world.
Scruncho, that guy's great. So is Lou Beatty
Scrunch
Jr.
is
He was
good,
amazing.
Scrunch is
too.
good. Oh, he dead
I
now.
know. R.I.P. Tiny.
Yeah. Oh, you put some crazy motherfuckers in the movie.
Yeah. Baron Davis directed it. And
Really?
wrote it. Yeah.
Oh, Baron's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Dominoes. Battle of the Bones.
Yeah, it's just a fun movie. My wife, who really doesn't care about my acting career, she just never really showed any interest. She can't wait. She
And once
loves
you do
the
this,
movie.
you'll never stop doing it.
Yeah. I imagine, man. Would your kids want to fall into the same footsteps as you?
My daughter, she loves to sing and act, so I don't know. It kind of is in their blood, I gotta say.
Yeah.
But it's a rough business. I mean,
It is,
everything's
man.
relative, but
And I imagine again, you can keep it PG-13 here, but imagine how crazy was those damn parties, man. Especially when you're younger, and obviously, you're a lot more. I don't know if you're rocking it now.
In the hills,
Yeah,
partying
yeah,
in the
I
hills
can
back
only
in the day.
imagine, bro.
yeah, it was crazy growing up in LA and Hollywood. I got my first job when I was 17, so it's kind of like. And then I made my own money, and then it never happens. But the pilot I did got picked up to a series, and we went on for 13 episodes. So I was right in like just learning how to do it all.
Would you mind having your kids to have that same lifestyle? That's a question for you too, Mike.
We've purposely kept our daughter there's been casting directors or people, you know what I mean? But we've just been like, not until you're older, until you can make your own decisions about what, So it's not a kid acting's just such a. I mean, if there's a kid who's so driven that he just doesn't take no for an answer, I get
that's
that
different.
too. But
Yeah,
our daughter understood.
I think that's good because that brings in balance.
I'm the same way, pretty much. I want them to be happy in what they're doing.
Yeah, but would you wish them to go through the same stuff that you went through as a boxer? Would you encourage that? You know what I'm saying? Could you see? Would you want your kids to go something that you've gone through?
Well, I wouldn't want them to go. No, I wouldn't want them to go my route.
Even as a world champion.
Yeah, I wouldn't want them to go my route. No, I wouldn't want them to do that because I'm like I beat myself up a lot. I can't be nice to myself. I'll take it too easy. I might party too much. I gotta be disciplined, totally disciplined.
Mm-hmm.
And say, get your fat ass off the couch and get out and run. Oh, nigga, I beat me up, baby.
Yeah, was that how your last fight with Roy Jones Jr., Mike? Were you You're
No,
disciplined as hell, Mike.
Yeah, I
Like, I'm
wanted
thinking
to
a
do it, too.
54-year-old man, dude. Mike would get up every single morning. Cause I talked to Rob every single morning. Mike was always up. He would do his miles, dude. I'm just like, Godly, you know what I'm saying? I'm young.
But if I start slacking up and eating a little too much, my subconscious says, "You watch your fat ass." You know how that shit. Watch your fat ass. It's gonna be hard to get in those pretty suits with your fat ass eating that cheesecake.
I love that your voice in your head has fun with it and is joking with you.
Right.
I wish
Fucking
mine's just
torture.
like more like just fucking worthless, like abusive dad.
Oh,
or
it
something.
says that too, brother. But I didn't want to say that.
Yeah.
Oh, it beats
So
you up.
you
But
talk
that's
shit
fun.
to
Why don't
yourself?
you try to put that? I just try to keep reminding myself to change that voice to. There is something where you. So this one book called "Love Yourself Like Your Life Depends on It" really helped me by I think it's Camille Rivkin or something. But it's essentially you end up just meditating, doing I love myself all the time
Oh, that's
into the mirror and stuff.
Emil Coué, the first, what do you call that? Affirmation guy.
Oh really?
Say, I believe in
that too.
myself day by day, and everyone getting better. I'm a god. I'm a warrior. Well, you know, it's deep.
That's good.
It's deep.
It helps though because it creates
doubt
a new
about it.
groove in your brain. So you give that groove strength. So whenever you go to the negative groove, that voice, you say, "Oh, you know what? I love myself groove." And I don't know, it got me out of some like really depressing situations because, if you see the documentary, it's really sort of open.
Yeah, man. The new your new documentary, man. Tell us about that.
Ooh.
Yeah, so, it's out there already. I mean, it was a journey. I do ketamine in it, like through
Tell
a
me about that.
doctor's
How did
office.
that make you feel, Ketamine? I had
Doctor's
friends-
office. I did it with a doctor, and then they did it.
Do you white out? Do you conscious of
So
anything?
there's one where they do it intravenously, and then you just pass out, which is in the movie, but you see me a little bit before I go under. But the other way is by IV still, and then in the doctor's office, but then you have a therapy session. So it's just trippy because you're having a therapy session, and it's a dissociative anesthetic. So it essentially takes separates you from your ego more.
Yeah.
So then you're starting to deal with stuff, and then I had this thing where I was thinking about my relationship and my parents' relationship, and then I started thinking about my parents' relationship and how it was turbulent, and I was feeling all this heaviness, and then it occurred to me, they're both dead. And I was like, God bless you, and I love you, but you're gone, so let's lift that too. Like, I don't need your marriage pain anymore, And that actually freed me up a little. I don't know. Who knows what any of this stuff works? I'm just trying to figure it out. And
Yeah. Did you have a mentor growing up? Did somebody that you can be like, hey, that's the person that really made the biggest impact in my life? Did you have a person like that?
yeah, I think you meet a lot of people along the way.
In life
I mean,
journeys,
yeah.
you meet a lot of people.
brothers. And
We just passing through, brother. We just passing through.
yeah, my brother Richmond was in Alexis. I shared a room with Alexis, who was my transgender brother and sister. It's complicated.
No, it's not.
Turned into my sister, but then at the end of her life, she said, "I want you to refer to me as your brother." So I sort of do it, talking during time periods. But that was her thing.
this is
I think now she
2021,
says she's more
man.
fluid. You know what I mean?
2021, you be who the fuck you want to be.
Yeah, exactly.
How was your life growing up with? You mentioned your sister, man. How was that?
Oh, it was beautiful.
Did you always know that growing up that or was this revealed later in her life when she was at a certain age?
No, my sister Rosanna ran away, moved out to L.A., stayed with a family, friend of our family, whatever. But then she got into the acting game, went to an open call. And there's some wild story about her sitting in a casting office for this part. And she saw these girls going in and out, and the casting directors coming in and out. And then they said, "What's your name? We don't have any more appointments." And she said, "Oh, I don't have an appointment." She started to walk out, and she went on the ground and started doing an epileptic seizure, and they all freaked out and had to. And then she had got up, and she was acting because the role had asked for someone with a epileptic seizure, and they she got the role. That was like one of her first things. She really paved the way for the second generation. So my dad was an actor for 45 years. My grandfather was an actor named Cliff Arquette, who was Charlie Weaver, who was on the original Tonight Show and the old Hollywood Squares. He was the old man in the corner. So it's sort of in my, and it always goes all the way back to vaudeville.
Do you ever think you know the purpose of it?
Yeah, I think, well, to stay real, to be real, like to whatever role you're doing, like real so that you connect with people and whichever role you're playing within that story that you help them feel. You help maybe like help people see something from a different angle or feel emotions about stuff. Connect. Like my thing is like when you connect as an actor and you're real and you feel like you're no longer on
David,
a set. Yeah.
Do you feel like you could meet somebody and then you could examine him for a certain amount of time and then you could like become him?
A little bit. A little bit. Johnny's here, and we did Sherlock Holmes together. Like it was like a sort of comedic take on Sherlock Holmes, and that was the first experience. It was just so hard that I was like, oh, sometimes you're not right for certain roles. You know what I mean? You have to be like for that specific role. That I personally think you have to be English to play him, but I don't know. And James Bond.
Who's your favorite actor of all time?
Of all times, I loved Peter Sellers for comedy. I loved Marlon Brando and James Dean for trauma. And, you know, I tended to but Robert De Niro, like the time period of the Scorsese films he was doing. And
Mel Gibson.
I like Mel Gibson a lot, yeah.
Dustin
I'm a fan
Hoffman.
of Mel Gibson. I had
Dustin
an audition.
Hoffman is one of the greats of all
Yeah,
time.
he's great. I had an audition with Mel Gibson one time, and I was so nervous. And I'm horrible in auditions. This is I'm like this trying to play a role, and I was like reading the scene. And I got up like this. I turned around and I sat back down, and I kept reading the scene. I don't know why. I didn't mean to get up. I was like, I don't know. It was the most embarrassing thing.
Yeah, Mike, who are some of your greatest actors, man? You met the world, man. Mike, who do you, who are your top 3 actors of all time? Top 5 Mikes. I know you got a variety of them.
Oh man, and they're too great.
It relates to boxing too. You know what I'm saying?
I love Bob De Niro and Al Pacino, but I think Bob De Niro's my actor. He's the energy.
You what about Denzel?
Jack Nicholson, too.
Denzel's
Sorry.
tops too. Yeah.
Denzel. God.
Denzel's, I mean, God, that's
You're right.
next
Tops.
level.
Who would you?
But Jack Nicholson in
Jack
like
Nicholson.
the Cuckoo's
One
Nest
over
days.
Cuckoo's Nest.
In Shining.
The Shining.
that's
Remember the
pretty
big mansion?
top of the
Little
line,
girl.
yeah.
Man, there's so many, man. It's
Daniel Day-Lewis is insane.
It's almost like the same.
And Noah was good too. Citizen Kane. The guy that played that Orson Welles, he did a good job on that.
Oh hell yeah, he was insane, so dope.
Yeah, those are some of the all-times great, man. What about so you have Scream 5 coming out? Is that
I was in
done?
Scream. I was in one of those, wasn't I? I was in one of those.
Were you in a scary movie?
Scary movie, yeah.
Yeah. That was the original title of the first one. I'm not really allowed to talk about it too much because they lock us down. But I love playing the role of Dewey. It's so fun.
Yeah.
It's about all they're allowed. I'm allowed to say that.
Yeah. No, we good.
But it's been amazing.
What would you say the best advice that was ever given to you that you can now kind of realize and share?
Kindness from other people. You know what I mean? That's the biggest lesson. Like mentors of mine who have been kind to me.
My wife tells me that, remember to be kind. Remember to be kind. And I'm my mother, okay? And I'm my mother. You're my wife.
Yeah, it's true though, right? Because you have to be. Because I'm sure, like, dude, I'm every time I'm around Mike, like, you know, Mike he's a good sport, man. But I can tell sometimes, you know, it's hard, dude. You know what I'm saying? Because he needs his privacy too.
I like just hanging out with my boys.
Yeah.
Chilling out. And people invade their space.
So when you bring up kindness, that means that you got to be a good sport, man. You know what I'm saying? Regardless
You have
of
to have patience.
Yeah, so that's, you know, everyone gets pushed to, you know what I mean? Everyone has bad moments. But yeah, you want to be kind, especially. I had this whole thing where, you know, I'm the greatest in my world. You know what I mean? Like Muhammad Ali used to say, I'm the greatest. So I was like, yes. And then I'm the greatest. Like, obviously, everybody's the greatest in their world. You know what I mean? You are the greatest.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's, you know, I know he was talking for, you know, he's just the biggest legend of all, but I don't know. When I connect with sports figures, you know, it's usually from a place like, I want to be like them. That's why when the wrestling thing happened, you know, it's all kind of predetermined. So they were like, we're going to make you the champion. I was like, that's a terrible idea. Because, you know, I've never done that. You know, I haven't earned it. You know, I
They
love
spray
wrestling.
tanned you and everything.
Yeah. But the point of, as a kid, I always wanted to hold the belt up. Everybody wants to be the champion. Everyone wants to be loved, you know? So I was like, yeah, it sounds like fun, but I didn't know people get so
When I
mad.
was, you know, going through my problem in rehab, and I remember what was in chapter 4, it says, and you're reading the book, and it says the major causes of relapses is the lack of love and too much of it. So it has to be some kind of balance, you know?
Yeah, balance.
Something to that effect. It says something to that effect. And so you could just be being adorned by people, and it could just, well, if that's good, how could that not be good, you know? But, you know, it's just not that way. Because every time, I remember when I was in the program, every time people were happy because I wasn't using, I was miserable. And then when I was high, I was happy. Everybody in the house was miserable. Nobody smiled. You know that feeling, right? Yeah. You high, you happy, you look around, everybody. You look real stupid. You're gonna die. I'm gonna give you a real fly funeral. It's telling me shit. I don't want to hear that. I want to enjoy my high, and I gotta hear all this fucking negativity in my mind.
Right. You're over there buzzing, right, Mike?
And everybody got the fucking down, depressed face at me. Oh shit. Can I look at Law and Order and leave me the fuck alone? No, I want to watch Law and Order. They fucking with me. Oh no.
What's next, David, for you and your career? What's the next big thing that's got coming up with you?
I'm gonna do a new documentary soon, which will be, you know, something I've been dreaming about since I was really young. So it's been a long, thing, and it's about love, it's about laughter, and it's about sort of, you know, just that we're all connected. So that's what I'm sort of working on. It's a beast, though. These projects are beasts. But also, we started a documentary company called XTR, which is now one of the leading nonfiction studios for documentaries. Doing some beautiful, did over 40 documentaries, 8 in Sundance last year. So it's a thing. Then with them, we started Documentary Plus, which you can go to docplus.com, and it's a free streaming service for hundreds of super high, curated, some Academy Award winning, Werner Herzog, all these incredible documentary filmmakers. So we did this Documentary Plus so that people had a place they could go. It's not another service you have to sign up for. It's literally something you could get on Roku.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope.
That's what's up, dude. That's what's
It's,
up.
it's like to help art. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's literally the whole point of it is to, curate art, and just help people be able to see cool movies.
Yeah, that's awesome. Mike, what advice do you have for David? Everything
For
that
me?
he's
You know, always forgive yourself. Don't hold grudges against yourself. And just do the best possible to be happy. You know, and that's so sometimes in the moment. Sometimes when it's in the moment, it goes so fast. You know, life is just about the moments, because life is just a blink of the eye, then it's over.
Thanks, champ.
Blink of the eye.
That's awesome, man. Well, on that note, I really, it's David. It's been awesome, dude. But I don't know if I'm asking for too much when I'm about to ask you next.
No. What's
No,
up?
are you sure, bro? Because I know you're a big WWE fan.
Yeah.
And you did mention Macho Man Randy Savage is one of your
I'm the
greats.
Macho Man, baby.
I want to hear Macho Man Randy Savage.
I'm the worst at Macho Man. I don't know why. I've never been really good at it.
I'm the Macho Man. Macho Man. I tell you, boy, me and my Elizabeth gonna kill. Oh, yeah, we're Miss Elizabeth.
That's right, brother.
That's right.
Macho Savage, baby. Look at me, I'm beautiful, baby.
Damn, we're about to break the internet. That's what's up, man. Well, that's been your show today here at Hotboxing. I am your co-host, a.k.a. Triple C, Henry Cejudo.
And I'm Mike Tyson. This is our man, Mr. David
David
Arquette.
Arquette, love yourself.
We out.
All day.